obviously didn't turn out the way I wanted it to,
Mm.
and I was frustrated at that. But mate, you know, that's football. I mean, at the end of the day, the manager picks a team, and it's difficult once he's got his team to change that, especially end of last season when we was fighting for survival. I thought maybe I'd get more of a chance this year, but I was thankful to him that he made it clear to me that I wasn't, and it was probably in my best interest that I left and tried to find something else. So I did, and here I am. To be honest, I've been quite lucky throughout my career. I've always had good relationships with managers, and that is all you ask for is honesty. And he was honest with me, and I was open with him, and we came to a decision. And I think it's probably best for everyone. I'm not really sure. I know it sounds mad, like they terminated my contract or I terminated my contract. You think that I had something lined up, but I'm open to anything really. I think I want to try something different. I'm leaning towards that. You know, maybe La Liga or Italy, something a little bit different that, you know, not many English players have done. But at the same time, you know, I'm probably going to take a week or two to decide. I mean, I was in this position when I left Arsenal, you know, and if I've learned anything from that, is probably take your time and make sure it's right for you.
Of course, yeah.
Not saying that I have regrets that I went to West Ham, because in my head things would have turned out differently, but you know, that's football, they didn't. But this time I'm going to take my time and find something that suits me. Listen, I just want to be happy, Benny, playing football again. You know, I can't tell you the last time, probably when I first signed for West Ham, and in the first 3 games when I started before I picked up a little injury, that was probably the last time I could tell you I was happy playing football. And mate, that quickly changed. We lost the first 3 games, so that didn't last long. But yeah, I just want to be happy, go back on the pitch, give a smile on my face, and play, you know, 20, 30 games a season where I'm an important player for a team. Yeah, I've said it before about Dec. You know, I love Dec as a person, first of all, but as a player, mate, he can go right to the top. He's got everything, and the one thing that I always say about him is his maturity for his age is unbelievable. And I hammer him off the pitch for not being the most intelligent, but on the pitch, he's so intelligent. His positioning, you know, he moves the ball. He doesn't try anything, like, he doesn't try to always make the final ball, which he can do. But yeah, his maturity is beyond his years, and he'll go to the top. Not really for advice, but a few times he said to me, like, after a game, if he didn't think he had a good game, or you know, it's like people get on to young players if they give the ball away, and he would say to me, "Oh, I shouldn't have done that." And I've just said to him, "Mate, relax. You're 2021. You've played 100 games in the Premier League. Mate, look at other players your age. They'd love to have gained your experience. You're in the England team. Mate, you're on the right path. Just keep your head down and keep working hard." Yeah, mate, I've been, like, lockdown came at a good time for me, to be honest, because I picked up a hernia in January, and it went on through to February, and I got myself fit. I've never had like that type of problem, so it was new for me, and I worked through it. I had the surgery, and it was quick and done, and then I was back training before I knew it. And to be honest with you, you know what it's like, Benny, when you come back from injury, you always feel like you need a little bit extra, and it's difficult when all the games are in. You're in the thick of it in the season to get that extra training and get that, you know, build that fitness. And it came at a time where I probably needed it, and I worked on my fitness, and something I haven't been able to do for a number of years. Is just, like, you know, as a footballer, you never really go out and run and just run, and I did that, and I came back. Obviously, it was a bit strange with the social distance training and 2s and 4s, but I got through all of that, felt better for it, and then got myself back in the squad, got a few minutes, but probably not enough. And yeah, and I just carried on training and working hard, waiting for the opportunity, but it didn't come. So now I'm here, mate. I've been fit since February, and I'm ready to go. To be honest with you, mate, like apart from the hernia I had, and when I first signed for Arsenal, obviously I picked up a little injury, but it was only a little one that I had to take the screws out, and you know, them days were back when I was at Arsenal probably, and you know, the long injuries where it's like 4 or 5 months, and then you come back and you don't feel good, you don't feel great, and it takes a while to get back up to speed, and that's why I'm probably so frustrated now, because I've spent that time, you know, that 2 or 3 months of training with the team, getting back up to full speed, and actually feeling like you're going into training and you're confident. You know, you're probably back to your best without being match fit, but you're back to your best in training. And yeah, I mean, the dark days, listen, I think what helps you is your family, and as a cliche, your kids. You know, I've got 4 kids, mate, so when I come home from football, it's, you know, it's full on. I have no time till 7 o'clock. So yeah, it's probably your family, having a good wife, good kids, good mum, dad around you who are always there for you no matter what. Yeah, I mean, that's probably one of the best days of my career when I look back on it so far. I remember because my first season of actually playing properly, we got to the Carling Cup final and we lost to Birmingham. And I swear to you, that like broke my heart.
Was that the 2-1? Did you get your mind?
Yeah, yeah, and they scored in the last minute. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Mate, that broke my heart, and because I was convinced we were going to win that. We went 1-0 down, and then we got it back, and we were by far the better team. Thinking, right, take this to extra time, and we'll win it. But they obviously nicked a goal at the end. So, and then it felt like ages. Like it was only 3 years, but it felt like ages where we weren't really challenging. And then I remember that game as well. We were 2-0 down. I was on the bench actually, and we were 2-0 down. And I was watching it, and I felt sick watching it, thinking, "Oh no, we're going through this again." And then Cazorla whipped one in the top corner, and it went from there. And that was unreal that day. I don't want to say like he was like my dad, because he's not my dad, and my dad would probably be annoyed, but he was like almost like that father figure. Like even now, mate, I'll be honest with you. When I was going through all this with West Ham, I picked up the phone to him, I spoke to him, asked for his advice, and he's just like that guy for me in football, almost like the Godfather of football. Do you know what I mean? Where I just listened to his advice, and straight away I'm like, yeah, I need to follow his advice, because he's obviously been there with me for a lot of my career, guiding me from a young player to a senior player almost at Arsenal. And yeah, he was unreal for me. Yeah, no, obviously we were playing against the best team in the world at the time, and I was only a young player, and that was sort of like, well, I went to the next level, if in a way. But there's some other games where, you know, it's like when everything just happens and everything goes well, everything you do comes off. And so there's other games. I mean, when I scored 2 goals for England, I remember I'd been out for 3 months before that with an ankle problem, and I remember coming into that game. In my first game back, I'd only played like a couple of games for Arsenal at the end of the season, and I remember going into that game thinking, "No, am I ready for this?" And like, it's probably one of my best performances, and everything went well. Scored 2 goals, and so, you know, sometimes it's like that in football when you've been out for a while and you come back and you're so eager to impress and do well, everything just happens and everything flows naturally. Mate, honestly, well, I haven't really played, so but I've been sat on the bench watching it, and mate, it's the intensity's down, the level of quality is down as well. I mean, I think you can see with all these mad results that's happening. Like, do you really think that United would have lost 6-1 at home if there's fans in the stadium? Probably not. And no. Would Liverpool have lost? It's hard to tell, but mate, I think it's so important to get the fans back, because, I mean, really, without fans, football is nothing, because, like, and it works both ways as well. Yeah, when everything's going well, the fans are brilliant, but as well, when things aren't going so well and the fans are getting onto you, it motivates you, it brings more out of you, and I think it's important, yeah.
Nice, really appreciate that.